Welcome back, everybody, to the Nevin Shapiro Fan Club experience here. I'm here back with Nevin Shapiro, and today is episode 4. We're calling this one Future of the U. And today we're going over everything regarding the future of the Hurricanes program. We're going to talk about Carson Beck. We're going to talk about the defense. We're going to talk about records. So if that's what's interests you, please stay on the page, subscribe, and like. And without further ado, let's get into the action. The first question I have for you is, with full control of the program, what kind of culture would you build within the program in today's landscape?
It's got to be about competition because it's become about money.
Yeah.
And it's no longer the yesteryear model. So if you don't have that competition, I don't care what rating you have, 5-star, whatever, you're just never going to be dominant. Like we used to be dominant because our competition, our practices were legendary. So guys from the 80s, the mid 80s and further on, everyone knows what it was. Practice was brutal. The games were like scrimmages for them. So competition's just it's got to run the show. You got to sprinkle it in with today's landscape, though, and it's got to be money related. So I have some thoughts personally on that and how I would make it enticing.
So now that Miami has signed Carson Beck, what are your overall thoughts about that whole thing and the situation with his injury, and kind of give your thoughts about that?
Well, I would hope that, and I would assume that Mario Cristobal and the staff examined him and had their doctors review his outstanding injury situation. The fact that he can't throw for a few months and he's going to miss spring, I think it's a little bit concerning. But we're in a different landscape, and that's a lot of money to pay a kid. And I just think, and I think I said it on the last episode, or maybe one of these other interviews I had just done, you just keep setting the bar higher and higher for the next quarterback coming in. The kid from Orlando is going to come in, call him, and now he's going to be like, all right, listen, where's mine? Even though Carson Beck's proven, and, I think it was a good addition. I just think there's no guardrail. It's not a Miami thing. It's an NCAA thing. There's just no guardrails on this situation, and it's just becoming lunacy. It's not a Miami thing. It's an everybody thing. It's an NCAA problem. So Carson Beck may turn out to be amazing. What concerns me in that is I just look at Florida State last year as a prime example of what could go wrong with a quarterback coming in high expectations and then a few losses out of the gate, especially with a very, let's say, demanding schedule. First 5 games out, Florida, Notre Dame, Florida State.
Yeah.
They could win all of them or not. Let's say it doesn't go the right way. How does Carson Beck, fuck this, I'm getting paid, I'm out of here. It's an NCAA thing. It's not a Miami thing.
So our inside information tells us that Beck will be able to soft toss in May or June. Do you believe he'll have enough time to throw with the receivers and get the timing down?
What's a soft toss?
I mean, that's not full. You're.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Listen, whatever it is, he better be fucking ready. They're paying him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Period. Doesn't matter. He starts in May or he better just produce. All this other shit is semantics. You got $6 million or whatever the number is, play like it.
That's a good enough answer there.
Who cares if he starts, honestly? Who cares if he starts August 31st tossing or in May?
Yeah, because I'm thinking, there could be a scenario where Luke Nickel, incoming freshman, could have a chance if he's not ready. I mean,
if he's not ready, I would demand a refund.
Yeah.
There is no not ready. He better be fucking ready.
We talk.
If he has to throw left-handed, he better be ready. $6 million. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, now it's around $10 million for all of it.
He better be ready.
Yeah.
If he can't throw, he better fake it till he can make it.
Yeah. And just so the viewers can know, I mean, we meet with a lot of the former players, and obviously we're not going to name any names, but, all their concern is about this question. Is he going to have timing down enough to be successful, especially in the brunt of those first 4 games? You got Notre Dame and you got Florida, or first 4 or 5 games. And that's the biggest concern of the former players right now with the Beck situation.
So I can't answer that because I'm just guessing like you would be
right
at this point. But I would just look at it based on the things that have been shared with me. Cam Ward came in and he's just all about football. I see other scenarios floating around with this guy.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of TikToks with his girlfriend,
I just see other
videos.
scenarios.
Yeah,
Just be about playing ball. That's why
100%.
Cam Ward was amazing, and everything I've heard suggests that as well. I wouldn't know, but it's shared with me.
Right.
Listen, Carson Beck's it's a simple job. Show up and produce,
Mm-hmm.
or you're gonna hear what this fan base thinks of you real quick.
100%. And he doesn't have to be Cam Ward because we're going to go into the biggest caveat of next year, I think, is even more than Carson Beck is the defense.
I can tell you firsthand, those fans can get ruthless. They can go from a honeymoon to a nightmare real fast.
So I feel there was a little bit of an illusion there.
I think I'm coming out of that deep sleep.
Yep, we're getting rid of the curse of the Bambino. Let's go into the defense for a second here. And for the viewers, you might not know who Corey Heatherman's resume is, and I have his resume in front here, and I just want to go over it for the viewers and, to reiterate to you, since you've already kind of looked into him. But from 2011 to 2024, the places that he coached that between outside linebackers and DC linebackers, Old Dominion, Pace, Maine, James Madison, Rutgers, and Minnesota. With that resume, what are your thoughts on the defensive coordinator hire with that kind of resume?
I think if he was in the rowing business, we'd have a superstar. I couldn't tell you the first thing. I'm hoping and I'm assuming Mario knows something. That's why he hired him.
Yeah.
Or, he's gotten good intel on the guy. Other coaches speak very highly of him. Where is Pace anyway?
I have no clue.
Pace High?
No, it's a college. It's a college. Pace. I'm almost positive. It was only 1 year
They
at
got to pick up
DC.
the Pace because I don't know who they are. So, I couldn't tell you anything. That's got to be a personnel. Sometimes there's guys who are unknown, but
Yeah.
they may not be unknown in the coaching business. They may be rising stars.
Right.
Everyone starts somewhere. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is Mario's problem.
100%.
This guy better be good. Who cares where he's from?
Another thing that we were talking about with the former players were that, they were expecting him to go after someone who was proven. Since this is already Mario's fourth year incoming, you want to have a guy that's coming in proven results. You can't take a flyer at this point where he's sitting. His seat is starting to get a little hot, getting a little warm. We thought that he should have went after someone with proven results. But we already know the reason of why he's not going after people with proven results. But
maybe you could tell our listeners, because I don't think they believe me when I say it. Nah, you don't have to. Don't worry. I'll take the heat. Don't worry about it, Mike.
I mean, no, it's
okay.
It's not even about that. There's just certain aspects that he just won't hire somebody in that caliber. And we're not here to bash the University of Miami. We're not here to bash Mario Cristobal. At least I'm not, and I know you're not.
No.
And all we want is for us to win. And we've talked about this 100 times.
Man, just fucking produce, man.
Yeah.
Just win.
100%.
No
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the name is at the helm.
Truth. It really is. It's
100%.
all it comes down to. Everything else.
Yeah.
And
I'm not here to sling mud, and neither are you. And, we just want to win. Yeah.
I mean, I want him to be successful. I don't want him not to be. He's a former player. You know what I mean? He's got the keys to the car.
Yep. It's just from what we're being shared, it's a little rocky.
I'll let you expand upon that on your own.
Yeah. Well,
networking situation.
Maybe one day, if he gets me a little more upset, maybe.
Okay.
No. So with all of this,
Yeah.
Offense, defense, in your opinion, what's our record this year?
All determined in that first 5 weeks. I mean, that's the season.
Yeah.
They better start off with a win against Notre Dame. If they don't, the pressure gets ratcheted up fast.
Right.
Just like it would have last year if they would have lost to Florida. Luckily, they didn't, and it gave them that
Boost.
momentum, right? But you know how things come in waves.
Yep.
And I think that's just, I don't think they can look at any other game other than that Notre Dame game. Right? Like, and they say don't look too far ahead. Like, in this case, that really is true. I could see them having a great year, or I could see that first month really putting a cramp into their season.
Yeah.
But it could go, I don't have the answer. No one does. I just think it could be really great, or it can go downhill fast. I think that's the measure, the barometer.
Do you think you have maybe an educated number? 12 games?
I'm going to say 9-3.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
I think that would be a decent season, to be
I think
honest.
with 9-3, you still miss the playoffs. Maybe,
Probably.
maybe
I
it could be
I
depending
look
on
at
the
their
losses. Yeah, maybe not with this season just
I
because of
looked
the
at their
record.
schedule
Yeah,
and
how the
the
strength of
games that
schedule could
really
matter.
the games you can never say this game stands out or this because it's not the old Miami where you can trample a team. You look at Louisville on the schedule, you look at a Boston College on the schedule, you look at whoever on the schedule, you're like win, 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 win. That's not how it goes. And I
No.
said that before this season when everyone was like, is the U back? And I go, well, what does exactly mean is the U back? The U's never getting back to what that was. So everyone's just got to pump the brakes on that shit. That's one. You being back, in my estimation, even though I'm taking this question a little bit deeper, the you being back, in my estimation, is not losing to those teams you should trounce.
Yep.
And if not trounce, at least handle. Right? The Georgia Techs of the world. Not that they're a pushover, but like you just shouldn't lose to those guys. Like you just shouldn't. At
Yeah.
home, away, it doesn't matter. Those are games that are you should check up. You should just check off and know you're coming. The way the old Miami teams used to be, if we're really talking about getting back to the U, you'd circle in Notre Dame and Oklahoma, Nebraska, Florida State, Florida, and Alabama, Ohio State. You're circling them because you got 2 or 3 pushes the whole year. Now every game's a roll of the dice. Nothing is easy, as evidenced by last year. Favored by 11 or 12 against Georgia Tech, same number against Syracuse, and you lose both. That's just not what's expected. So that's where the U gets back. So how do I answer your question? Record? I'm going to be optimistic and say 9-3, but I could very easily see 7-5.
Yep.
But I'm going to be optimistic and I'm going to say 9-3. They get through the first month, maybe they do better.
Right.
They go 5-0 through that first 5.
Yeah, that would be.
The sky's
Yeah.
the barometer.
Now you're rolling.
Well, if they get to that point, 5-0, you best believe Carson Beck's been on point because they're not getting there if he's not.
Right. Even if the defense improves a little, he's still gonna have to put up some points.
That's right.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Flows right into this next one. Do you believe that Mario Cristobal will survive another 2 years at Miami?
I'd rather you ask me that at the end of this year.
Okay.
He's got 2 years. Then the number, I think, drops significantly, or at least he's halfway through the contract. Now you got a full sample size. It's not a sample size. Now you have full
Yeah, you're seeing what you're getting. Yeah.
Like, was it worth this money, or did we roll the dice and lose?
Yeah.
See, I was pointing out to somebody yesterday that we both know, and they asked me that question. Same question.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I said, the person who wants Mario to succeed the most are the Moss brothers, because there's blood on their hands if he doesn't do well. This was their choice.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a lot riding on this guy. They're like all chips to the middle of the table. Not money-wise, but as it relates to the University of Miami football program. And they're his biggest supporters. They got to be. They went all in on him. So do they want to admit failure if he shouldn't succeed? No.
Right. And it's almost like how long are they going to swallow their pride before they would pull the trigger? That's kind of where it's leading.
I don't see him budging for 2 years at the soonest.
Unless okay, how about this? What if he pulls a Florida State and he goes 2-10 this year?
Well, the fans will find a new person to pick on.
That's where I could see it being a 1-year thing. Like you're in year 4. On year 4, you go 2-10.
The rabbit got the gun.
Yeah, year 4, you go 2-10 after just doing what you did with Cam Ward.
They're not going to go 2-10.
I'm just giving an example. I mean, but nobody thought Florida State was going 2-10 last year.
There's no way. Listen, if that guy if he loses Florida State, and Notre Dame, man, that's going to be riots in the streets.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fan base is already fed up.
Well, whether they are or not, they will be if they lose those 3.
Yeah.
He's going to lose everybody.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, whoever's on his side now is going to turn.
Trust me. I've seen it firsthand how it works.
Right? Yeah, I hear you.
Penthouse to the outhouse.
Yep. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of segment called Over Under Predictions with Nevin Shapiro. You just tell me over or under.
5'5" over. I just measured myself. 5'5" and a quarter. Okay.
Cam Ward threw for 4,313 yards last year. Will Beck be at least over 3,500, over or under?
I say over if he plays.
Full 12 games.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's a good answer. Cam Ward threw 39 touchdowns. Will Beck throw for more than just 30?
No.
Under 30? Under 30? Okay.
Under 39.
I'm giving him 30. I'm not even giving him 39.
Oh, so 30 is
39 is Cam. I'm giving Carson Beck 30. I don't think he gets anywhere near 30. If he gets near 39, we're rolling through the playoffs.
30?
Yeah.
Over.
Okay. Cam Ward threw 7 interceptions.
Over.
Oh. Yeah.
Whatever the number you were going to give me.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be up there.
Yeah, he liked playing catch with the other team a little too much for my liking.
And that was another topic. And just to go off on a second here, he couldn't win with Kirby Smart.
Well, I got some intel.
Okay.
From someone who's very close with a Georgia booster or Georgia money guy. I don't know if he's a booster, but he's certainly got involvement with the program.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard some really bad things about Carson Beck's work demeanor,
work ethic
after getting paid. My guy has no ties to the University of Miami, no feelings about them. No, he's actually a Florida State fan. This guy that shared this with me, so he doesn't. He's blasé about Miami, but he said, "Yeah, let me tell you what my buddy told me." So that was just information shared with me. He's a stand-up guy, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate.
Yeah.
He don't just drop information just to talk.
Yeah, and now he's getting even more money, right. So it's scarier.
Well, in this city. So
yeah.
It's Sodom and Gomorrah.
With his girlfriend.
I mean, you know where you are. This is Miami, man.
I know.
It's a different party, man.
Yeah, it's alarming. It's alarming for sure. All right, so let's go defensive side. Mm-hmm. Miami gave up 363 yards per game in the ACC. I took out all the games that were like Bethune-Cookman because excuse it. So 363 yards per game. Will that be over or under this year?
It's got to be under. I mean, if it's not, Mario Cristobal's got another problem. That defense was atrocious.
It was bad. It
just was, man.
Yeah.
I saw that the guy Guidry got signed today by LSU. I'm sure.
As their DC?
I don't know what they picked him up.
I didn't see it. I'll take a look. Yeah.
He's with LSU now.
Nice.
So it had to be from a recruiting standpoint because he's, I think, a Louisiana guy.
He is.
But it can't be anything beyond that.
Right.
I would say under. It has to be.
Miami had 36 sacks as a team last year. Over or under?
Over. They got to be improved on defense. Yeah. There's no way they can be worse or the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's do or die.
I mean, it's by default.
So now we're gonna roll into a segment, trivia for Nevin Shapiro. Last segment of the video. Who set the Big East record in '97 for the most catches
as a freshman? Reggie Wayne.
That's right. Yep. Reggie Wayne. Who is Miami's all-time leading rusher?
Duke Johnson.
Yep. In the '89 Cotton Bowl, who was the receiver that got really upset that he didn't have any catches until the fourth quarter?
I'm going to just take a stab at it.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Randall Hill. And he shot down the sheriff. Nobody knows what that was in the end zone when he ran into the end zone.
You are actually correct. That's the right answer.
Randall Hill.
Yep.
So Stanley Richard was the safety, and his nickname was the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
So he shot down the sheriff when he
coming out of the tunnel with the guns.
You got to really know the history and know what it was about. They were talking all kinds of crazy shit, Texas. We fucked them up.
And if it wasn't for penalties, it would have been 100. We'd have probably put 100 points on that team.
They changed the NCAA rules right after that game.
Yeah, right after that. I think we had over 200 yards in penalties. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 15 pounds. It was insane.
Yeah.
We were killing that team.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. All right, so the final question. What was the worst loss in University of Miami history?
Ever? Or
Orange Bowl. Orange Bowl home. In Orange Bowl home history.
Point differential?
Point differential.
Virginia beating us at the last game at the Orange Bowl, 48-0.
Yep.
I was separated from someone from compliance. Yeah.
But why was that?
I wasn't really happy with the
I'm sure you weren't.
current coaching situation.
Yeah. And that was
Yeah, I mean, there was some antagonism leading up to that.
that was Shannon.
There was.
Yeah, that was Shannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
48-0. We got fucking rolled.
Yeah.
And
That's,
all the former Canes were there. It was just a bad night, man.
yeah, to be the last game in the OB too. It's just sour taste in your mouth.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah.
Well, Nevin, I appreciate you coming back on as always.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I hope the fan base enjoys it. It's honest. And, you know, I know a lot of people out there have a problem with the truth, but,
No.
you know, this is what it is.
The response of you guys have been great, man. A lot of you see the comments that you guys want more of these videos, and we're going to be posting every week. So please please subscribe to our channel, and we're going to be posting content every week, every day. And always, we'll see you on the next one.